All right, listeners, welcome back to the Permanent Detour podcast. And today we're going to be talking about YouTube. We all love YouTube, right? I love YouTube.
No.
Please pay us.
Yeah, pay us, YouTube, please.
No, did you see? It's 3 ads now. They're getting greedy. It's 3.
Oh, wow. They're really ramping it up.
You see, it was 1, and now it was 2 for at least 6 months. It's maybe a year. It's been 2 ads.
Too long.
And now it's 3. I noticed it a couple weeks ago. I'm like, wait a minute, 3. Unskippable. All 3 unskippable.
Bro, I hate that shit. It's
No,
so
no,
annoying.
no, bro. No, we love that.
No swearing.
No, remember, we love YouTube. They're our savior.
Yeah, well, YouTube is our platform.
Please,
we
no,
can't
we
really
have
say anything about them.
No, dude, we gotta talk good about YouTube so the algorithm helps.
Oh, you're right.
We love YouTube. YouTube's great. I love Susan Majinski. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, I do want to talk about one thing first, though. You got to move your mic away from your face just a little bit. All right, we should be golden now. Boba Fett ended a while ago. What did you think?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Everyone did. I barely even watched the finale. I just kind of existed during it.
Yeah. All right, that's my main problem. Is that?
Well, we talked about it, and then and then it turned into the Mandalorian.
Well, yeah, that was our thing. We reviewed it at the perfect point in our first episode, is because it was oh, we're talking about all this stuff, and then hey, guess what? New show. They hit the reset button.
It was still quote about Boba Fett.
Yeah, except he wasn't. He was in those 2 episodes with the Mandalorian, not counting the last one.
Oh, I was talking about before, and then it just did not. It was not about him at all.
Spoilers.
Spoilers if you haven't watched a show that ended a month ago.
Yeah, exactly. But in the Return of the Mandalorian episode, and then the second one after that, I forgot the name.
He literally was not in the Return of the Mandalorian.
No, he wasn't in that once. Fennec Shand was in the last scene.
And then he got a cameo in the one after.
He got one scene where they're just standing around the Rancor pit, and he's like,
I know.
"What do we do, guys?" And Mando's like, "Oh, I'll go. I know some people."
Oh yeah, I know, P. I'll help you out. And then he's like, "But first, I gotta go see Baby Yoda, Disney branded meth. You can't put him down."
Yep.
God damn it, dude.
I love no, Brendan. We can't talk bad about the corporations. We love Disney.
Stop talking to me like I'm a child.
I love shill. Don't you love being a shill and just saying good things about companies all the time?
We aren't even making money from this.
Yeah,
There's no reason for us to peddle their products.
That's true.
I'll peddle their products when they make Book of Boba Fett good. When they make it about Boba Fett.
Oh, so never?
Maybe in season 2. I heard. Okay, this is a long shot. My fingers are crossed. Maybe somebody floated the idea on Twitter or some other godforsaken platform. There would be a story, because you know how there's the whole rumor that Mace Windu's still alive? Maybe Boba Fett will go after him. The only thing is, though, it seems like he's got, from Clone Wars and stuff, he got past that revenge arc, so, I'm not really sure that they would do that. I think it'd be cool, because I love Sam Jackson, it'd be cool to see Mace Windu again, but,
I don't think they're bringing him back.
I love it. So what did you think of the last episode? I don't even want to talk about The Mandalorian season 2.5.
Well, that's the problem, is that my favorite 2 episodes were those 2 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a Naboo starfighter. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It was really cool seeing that again, but
they're making a Lego set of that. You see that?
Yeah, but that got thrown away. They threw away 2 whole episodes, and we got a 1-episode Pike War.
Well, that's my problem. Is that all right, I have a solution to fix the show. Ready? Change the name. It's not called the Book of Boba Fett.
I have an easier solution. Make it about Boba Fett.
No, but I mean, this is the thing. Go down a path and stick with it. If you're gonna make a Book of Boba Fett show, make it all about Boba Fett. If you called it if you made it called it Star Wars Stories, I don't know, some stupid
Tales from Tatooine.
Name. Tales from Tatooine, perfect.
You better not steal that, Disney. If I find out one of our viewers sends that to Disney, the podcast has ended.
You're getting sued. You'll be hearing from our lawyers.
Don't say that. Don't threaten legal action.
All right. Sorry. We love Disney. We will never threaten Disney.
No. Don't threaten our fans. I said if one of our fans sends this to Disney.
Who am I allowed to threaten?
Pete Davidson. Moving on. What did you think of the last episode?
I was underwhelmed.
I thought it was cool how the Rancor did nothing. The Rancor fought one robot, and then it didn't work, and then it got flamethrowered by Cad Bane and ran away. I think seeing Cad Bane was cool. It was a bummer. He looked like he didn't age very well.
Well, I get it, because in his species, he's like literally an ancient age. He's like, he was in his late 70s for hat. And like, if we're comparing that to humans, that's like 150. So he's like old.
he was old, but like, no, actually, all right, I'm gonna go full nerd on this one. I actually I watched a video about it, about why he looked like shit.
Yeah.
And they're called like Durgs or something like that. I don't know, the blue guys with the big red eyes. Mm-hmm. They age at like the same rate as humans. So like basically he was a 70-year-old that had done nothing but combat for 50 years.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so it kind of makes sense that he looked not too great, but like...
Well, you know, I didn't know that his the breathing things on his cheek, he has a tube, is so that he can't get force choked.
Yep. Yeah, that was why. It was
I thought it was like so he could breathe on like toxic areas.
So part of it is so he can breathe in space, but it also became like a preventative when the Clone Wars started to keep him from getting killed by Jedi.
Okay, wait, no. This goes into my other point. You know my problem? Is that they show the metal plate on his head, and that they reference events to when Cad Bane trained Boba, and then Boba shoots him in the head, and that's how he has the plate. Except that was from unreleased pre-rendered footage that was never an episode of Clone Wars. So they're referencing events that were never, ever released, except for like pre-rendered footage that we have.
All right.
And they're treating it as canon, so that's my issue, is that, like, why was this arc not in Season 7 of the Clone Wars? Where was it?
Release the lost tapes, Disney.
No, it's like
we all want to see it.
They're showing they have the pre-rendered footage. It's not complete, like, obviously it needs work. But it's like, I enjoyed the arcs we got in the Season 7 Clone Wars. The Ahsoka arc was...
I liked the first one and the last one.
I didn't hate the Ahsoka arc. I just didn't think it warranted a 4-episode arc. Just because I think it should have been 2.
Kind of long.
I think it should have been 2. I just think because they basically padded that 3rd episode and just expanded it. But...
And then they really like force choked a fucking cameo out of Bad Batch with them. They really wedged them in there right down your throat.
It's just like my concern is that, like, why didn't you do maybe 2 episodes on this Cad Bane Boba Fett? Like, just because if you're gonna reference events that you have never shown before, isn't that a little convoluted and confusing to the... Because I didn't even know until after the episode had aired.
I like the way Cad Bane finally meets his end is because he goes up against the, what do you call it? The Gaddafi stick, I think it's called.
Yeah, Gaddafi. Something like that.
But, like, because that's, like, the one thing he didn't know how to fight against. And Boba Fett was, like, well-trained in it. And I think that was cool.
Yeah.
It's just that Cad Bane, it was like... Damn.
The problem is they barely... He was in, like, what? That was his 3rd... Whoops. I hit the mic. That was his 3rd scene in the show? The 3rd?
Yeah, it was cool. I don't know. I liked him I liked him better in Bad Batch.
I feel like more. He had more screen time.
we had more like Cad Bane.
This is my issue, is that they showed him and it was epic. Like that last episode, I understand. Like he makes his epic entrance, and then he literally does nothing in the last episode. He shows up, he's like, "Oh, you're gonna surrender? Nope. Well, I'll be back. You better watch out."
Yeah, you
and then he shows up at the end of the fight, and it's like, I told you.
It's like, you want to do this right here, right now, Boba? And he's like, nope. And then he's like, all right, I'll be back. And he just leaves.
Yeah, and then he comes back at the very end after they've already destroyed the robots and everything. And he's like, now we'll fight.
Well, because he wanted to do the one-on-one. And he's like, ooh, that armor can't protect you.
It's like...
I do like that Disney has literally, like, made plot armor a real physical thing with Beskar. Like, they just... Yeah. It's like, damn, invincible. Boba Fett? Nah, we never really see that before. We never even see Jango really get shot at and his armor deflect anything. But Mando has it, so it's got to be fair so Boba can have it.
Well, so they all have the same material, so...
No, not true, because you see Mandalorians in Clone Wars and in Rebels getting one-shotted.
Well, maybe those are just poor Mandalorians.
What do you mean, bro? No, okay, so the thing is, it's all about, like, the percentage of it that is Beskar.
Yeah, I know.
But, like, I don't know, I feel like... Did Jango Fett really have, like,
well, because that's why
Beskar armor?
That's why the Beskar spear deflects lightsabers, because it's, like, 100% pure.
Because it's pure, just like the armor he has. His armor is pure Beskar, that's why it, like, literally can't be damaged.
Yeah.
it's cool, but like I just think it's funny that like it literally makes these important characters invincible. Like they just can't die.
I don't know if it was the first episode where he used his gun, but it seemed like it's the first episode he uses his gun in any meaningful way.
Boba Fett, I am pretty sure only used his gun in like the last firefight.
Well, because when he and Mando go out and like do a fight with them, it was kind of funny because they were just getting pelted while they're like killing a bunch.
Yeah,
They just get pelted.
It's plot armor. They're important characters and they can't be killed because their armor is a part of the plot. Like,
yeah, and then of course the Rancor has to go insane so Grogu can save the day.
All right, that last scene was cute though.
It was really cute seeing him snuggled up.
That last scene was pretty cute. You can't be mad.
I'm not mad. It's just I'm mad that it was first of all underwhelming. It wasn't a bad episode by any means. It was just underwhelming because it was just like basically them running away from the droid.
You gotta be happy though with oh god, what's that actress's name? She plays like the best character in The Mandalorian, the mechanic. I can't remember her or her character's name.
Oh,
she's
the frizzy hair lady. She has like a.
I love that as soon as R2 takes Grogu into the hangar, it's just him in the cockpit and you see him pop up. And thank you. And R2 says it and she goes, Grogu? I'm not calling you that. What kind of a name is that?
That was pretty funny.
It was everybody when they saw the name.
You see, I recognize her because she plays Princess Carolyn in BoJack Horseman. If you've seen that, so I
know she does. I couldn't remember.
So I remember like the first time I saw The Mandalorian, I'm like, I know her voice. Like she sounded so familiar.
I know she's been in other TV shows too. I think
she does a lot of voice acting too.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny. Then we saw the BD droid from Jedi Fallen Order, which is sick.
I thought that was
making
cool
it like
him in there.
It's still kind of unclear if the EA games are like officially canon or what. I hope Jedi Fallen Order is canon.
I don't see why it wouldn't be because it has.
They called the Battlefront.
What do they call her? The Ninth Sister.
Yeah, the Battlefront 2 campaign was canon. They're like, nah.
Okay, but that story sucked.
True, it did suck, but honestly, it might still be canon. I don't know. It's so confusing at this point.
Star Wars canon has gotten so big. Like, there's so much that fits into it now. And
but that's the thing, is that Disney is terrible. Disney is just terrible at deciding what is canon and what isn't.
Not with the Marvel movies. They love those.
Yeah, but that's different because there wasn't, like, all this pre-established Legends stuff before they made the MCU. There was just comics, and that was already
That's true.
The comics are already a cluster of just a ton of different stories.
Yeah, okay, that's true. I don't know. But besides the Disney canon, I thought the ending was pretty okay. It was better than the first 5 episodes, so
I don't even know. This is the thing about is that there's 3 separate shows here. We have Boba with the Tuskens. Great. I enjoyed every scene with him with the Tuskens. Then there's Boba as the Daimyo, which I think is cool that they call him that, even though it doesn't really make sense why they'd use a Japanese term.
Especially because he has no power.
Yeah, exactly. It's just weird. And I mean, I guess we already talked in the last episode about how stupid the Power Ranger cyberpunk kids are.
My man, he pulls up to the bar and he's like, I'm the daimyo. Nah, bro, you're a squatter.
It's like, yeah, you don't really do anything, so.
Just keep talking.
Oh, see ya.
No, we'll cut it. I had to get my water. My throat's getting so dry. We'll just let it roll.
All right, well,
I forgot. I had to get my water. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good. We're talking about, like, he, like, goes into, like, the bar, and he's like, because this is the problem, is that, like, this was my main concern, is that he only had 2 Gromorian guards. Why is there 2?
They all quit.
Like, where'd they go?
He also doesn't have any of the Weequay soldiers that Jabba had.
What happened to all of Jabba and Bib Fortuna's, like, guards?
They use, like, one throwaway line to clear that all up.
No, well, I mean,
they have Fennec Shan. She's like, oh, they all deserted or died, basically, and it's like,
to be fair,
it's like, oh, that's a cheap out.
You see when Boba and Fennec go back to steal I'm not calling it the Fire Sprite, the Slave One.
Controversy.
Oh,
whoa.
no, it's so controversial.
We need to get a soundboard so I can play the alarm.
The alarm. Wee
woo.
Slave One. It's very offensive. I'm very sorry to everyone. We should now refer to it to the Disney-friendly Boba Fett Starship from now on.
I'm not calling it that.
The Boba Fett Starship. The Fire. And granted, the Fire Spray is just the model that it is, but
yeah,
I'm still not calling it that. When he goes to get the Slave One, we see them, like, murder all the guards trying to take it. It's like, okay, But why didn't you hire? Like, your first instinct isn't, oh, let me, like, that should have been his first instinct when he got in there. Oh, let's get more muscle.
He's like, damn, we're about to start a like huge crime syndicate war. I'm gonna need foot soldiers. Let me hire this one guy. Oh, he's doing it for free. We good then.
We good. And I love Black Krrsantan as the Wookiee. He was cool.
Oh, I think he's awesome.
He just kind of doesn't do anything for the whole show. He's just kind of cool.
Okay, his one scene though, where you see him, he sees the Trandoshans and he just
cool.
stands up and kills them. Scene. That was so funny.
Because she was like, please don't. It's like, no, just rip his arm off. It's all good. You're great. And he's standing there like, I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah, he's like, nah.
And then Boba's like, yeah, he was always gonna do it.
Boba watches him do it, and he's like, hey, you need a job?
Okay, this is my main issue, is that all these characters are very underutilized. They just don't do anything.
Yeah, because the Mandalorian was coming back.
Anything, we have the 3 separate shows. We have Boba with the Tuskens, great. Mandalorian, great. But the majority of the show is Boba as crime lord, and it's not that good.
Yeah, it's pretty lackluster, unfortunately.
He doesn't do anything. And I get he's trying to be respected, and it's like, fine, if you want to adjust his character and make it like a character arc, he's no longer like this bloodthirsty serial killer. Or not serial killer, but bounty hunter. But, like, he totally changed the character. And where he doesn't do anything that the old Boba would do. He has to be respected, and he's I'm going to teach these kids right. It's like, no, if someone disrespected Boba, he would just shoot them.
That's true. Not really, because, like, I haven't read them. I'm not going to. There's, like, books about, like, the bounty hunters and stuff in Star Wars, and there's a whole lot on Boba Fett, and, like, he, like, follows Jango's strict Mandalorian morals. Like, he doesn't, like, wrongfully kill or anything like that. It's just that, like, he kind of turned into, like, oh, Lord forgive me, they kind of made him a boomer. Where he's like, I'm gonna teach these street thugs how to do right.
Lower your price for water, good sir.
Yeah, he's like, they stole all your water. Well, I'll pay it off, and I'll teach them to do right by you. Bro, what?
And then he has all these meetings. He's like, oh, don't betray me. And then, like, well, they do. And it was, like, the most obvious thing ever that they were going to do that.
Yeah, it's like you're turning the crime syndicate into, like, a legitimate business. Why?
Bro, you're a criminal.
Yeah, it's like you're a criminal. You're trying to make it this, like, upstanding thing.
Like, the Mandalorian doesn't care. He's a bounty hunter, too. You don't gotta, like...
Yeah, he's like Jabba ruled with fear. I'll rule with respect. That's the mayor's job.
Yeah, and then Fennec makes a good point. She's like, well, fear is useful, too. Like, yeah, you're right.
He's like, nah. Bro, the whole reason that you got popular is because your character looked scary.
Yeah, and then Mando's like, oh, I'll go get a bunch of these farmer dudes to come help us.
He's like, I'm not hiring no thugs besides the 4 teenagers I hired.
Yeah, where they make the eye joke. That's the only reason they has a cybernetic eye, so they can do the keep an eye out joke.
Keep an eye out. And then he goes, oh, sorry. Nah, I'm proud of it, mate. Shut up.
Oh, it's so
we
bad.
Can't keep harping on that. I was happy when I saw one of them die in the finale. 2 of them died, actually.
Did they? I didn't even pay. Well, only the 2 talking ones didn't die, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Do the guy's spin move when he has to do the spin to shoot them?
Why did they give him a water gun?
I don't know.
Why does he have a water gun pistol?
He has the Nerf water gun pistol, and he does a spin move.
It's so dumb.
No, because they're just running back, and he, out of absolutely nowhere, does a full 180.
While I was watching it, I yelled it out. I was like, oh, spin move. He's doing the spin move.
It doesn't make... Why? You're not getting any tactical advantage by spinning. You're just making yourself a target.
He doesn't even look cool. He's a ripoff. He's like a Chinese knockoff of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I know. And my favorite scene is like when they have like the British cyber girl, and then you have like the rough like one from the desert town, and they have to compete, and then they go up. And they're like, oh, it's like, he's like, oh, I can't miss from this range. They're like shooting the guys. And like right as they're about to do anything, it doesn't matter because Boba just comes in with the Rancor. So they had this whole setup of them going up there. They fire one shot and then Boba just comes in and we Boba cut.
Fett just shows up.
And then we never go back to them. Like everything they did was totally
It made me
pointless.
So happy never seeing them after that.
But it's just like, why did we spend 2 minutes establishing, oh, there's the dynamic between the urban kid and like the desert kid.
You know why? It's because they Disney-fied Boba Fett.
I know. That's my main issue.
They turned him into a Disney character where he has to be this upstanding guy and be respectful and be nice.
That's why I like the Tusken arc and the Mandalorian Luke stuff. is because none of that felt Disneyified. It just felt like pure Star Wars. And then all the middle stuff with Boba felt like oh yeah, there's some cool stuff going on here, but it feels like there's like a Disney, like a pane of glass that has Disney written on it.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy got a little too much control that time.
But I thought she wasn't involved with the show, besides like executive producer, which can mean literally anything.
Yeah, it means you can do whatever you want because you're paying for it.
I mean, I had high hopes because Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, and obviously Dave Filoni directed the Luke episode, obviously.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
But
I'm pretty sure that he is the only one that's been graced by George Lucas to handle Luke Skywalker anymore.
Yeah,
and even at that, they made him suck.
I'm so happy that I heard that YouTuber who did the deep fake online. He's like, well, look, Lucasfilm, I can do it better. And they're like, oh, you're hired.
Oh, hey, good point. Welcome aboard.
Like, welcome aboard. We don't gotta spend much money. Sure, come on aboard. It'll look way better.
I gotta say though, boy, they made Luke terrible.
No, I didn't think he was terrible.
Yes, they did, dude.
My only criticism is that at the end he does the choice thing, and I'm like, well,
that is what ruined him. Because the thing is, he's like, you may only choose one. To be a Jedi, you have to forego your personal attachments. It's like, bro, the whole reason that you're a good Jedi is because you left your training to help your friends.
Yeah, like you learned the lesson that you can't not have zero attachment.
I was like, that was like the most important thing that happens, I think, period, in Star Wars. Like, is he goes back to Cloud City when he is told, you'll never complete your training, and he's like, they're my friends, I can't just abandon them.
No, because you learned his lesson that the Jedi of the Republic era didn't.
Yeah, I know, and it's like, and it's this small child. Literally, that is the thing that turned Anakin to the dark side. Doesn't he know that?
I thought he did.
He met his dad as a Force ghost.
That's
like,
my main problem.
Was he not like, hey, bro, you can keep your personal attachments? That was the only thing that kept me, like, good until the Jedi were like, no, and I had to keep it all secret, and then I lost my mind.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, good point.
And the other thing is that it's tough to get excited about him, like, oh, building this cool temple and, like, establishing all this stuff. When we all know that Kylo Ren's about to burn that down because Luke had a vision where, oh no, my first instinct must be to murder my nephew.
They made Luke the bad guy, and I don't know why. It's like, the whole point is that, like, he was, like, I know it wasn't, like, I don't think the original intention, but, like, he's the chosen one. He's the one that brought balance to the Force, like, but, dude, you made him the bad guy now. Now he looks like the bad guy. Like, I don't understand.
All right, in the future, we're going to have to do, like, a watch-through of, like, we'll, like, record ourselves watching the sequel trilogy, and we're going to have people watch along.
That sounds horrendous. I hate those movies so much.
Yeah, but we got to watch them again just to make fun of them.
I watched them a few months ago, and I made fun of them the whole way through, and I'm going to when we watch them.
Yeah.
They're terrible movies.
It's just, all right, rate... You know what? I'm sick of talking about Boba Fett. I rate this show mid.
Yeah. Wordle Day 263. The answer is month.
Sorry, I mean, no one's gonna.
Yeah.
The thing is,
another noted point is the Kenobi trailer came out today. What did you think of it?
I am hopefully optimistic, but
cautiously
also,
optimistic.
Yeah. Sorry, I messed up. Yeah, cautiously optimistic, and this is the same issue I had with The Mandalorian season 3 because I had no idea what they were gonna do. Because I'm like, oh, without Grogu and Mandalorian, like, what are they gonna do? I'm like, oh, they're back together.
Well, just bring him back.
How convenient that his ship has a little space.
Yeah, like
for
that
him.
we all knew. She's like, oh, I put a little bubble in here for your little green friend. And he's like, oh, he's not around anymore. It's
He'll
like,
be back.
wink, wink, wink.
He's
Yeah,
like, I gotta
no
go
way he's
find
staying
him.
gone.
I gotta go say hello.
It's like, damn, well, I got the ship. Now I gotta go find him.
Okay, wait. Backtrack a second. My other problem is that it does feel like Mandalorian season 2 doesn't matter anymore because he literally went back to him one episode. It kind of defeats the whole purpose of that season.
Yeah, that made me a little sad.
It's like, well, I thought maybe because I thought Luke would show up with Grogu, then he didn't. And I get it, Luke would be kind of overpowered there.
Well, I also think they weren't gonna make Luke the asshole and make him like, you can't have any personal attachment. This guy's just like your dad, and he's probably the only thing that's shown you love in 40 years.
I do feel like Mandalorian doesn't feel as complete now because he just goes back immediately.
I'm just waiting until they go full Disney and Mandalorian finds out he has Force abilities. Then he becomes another Mandalorian Jedi and he trains Grogu and
that's probably what's gonna happen. That's
what they're gonna do. They gave him the Darksaber. You know what I really like? They show him with the Darksaber. They never close the loop with Bo-Katan.
Well, that's for the Mandalorian season 3.
I know. Like, we have no idea what happened. They just leave it up in the air.
No, I know, but it's going to be in season. That's like what they're going to talk about.
Have you ever removed your helmet? Yes, you're not a Mandalorian. bro, he has the Darksaber. He's the Mandalorian.
Pretty sure he outranks you, actually.
Yeah, it's like I don't know where you're getting your rank from, miss, but he's the one with the Darksaber.
Bro, there's literally 3 of you. What do you mean?
Yeah, damn, now we gotta talk about it. Throwback to when the moment you see Paz Vizsla's helmet, you know he's gonna try and take the Darksaber.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I want that.
He goes in there and he's like, look what I won in combat, and he's like, damn, that's about to be mine now.
Yeah. All right. Back to Obi-Wan.
Kenobi.
Okay, the show is called Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's such a long name.
It's called Star Wars, Disney Star Wars.
Disney Star Wars Obi-Wan
Kenobi featuring Grogu.
Are you excited to see Liam Neeson as a Force ghost?
I don't know if they're going to do that. Do you want to know why I think that? Because Anakin didn't show up once in the sequel trilogy, and he's the main character.
He didn't show up once. He is the main character.
Not there. I'm not saying he has to be the main character of that trilogy.
You hear his voice when all of the Jedi are inside Rey.
Because the editor decided to go back
to threw in a bunch of voice lines.
Literally went back to like Revenge of the Sith and grabbed one voice line of him. Like, that doesn't mean anything.
He's technically in it, cameo. I like that. It was like naming all the cameos in Rise of Skywalker, and it's like, yeah, bro, it's just all the clips from Episode 3 and Clone Wars that you threw in there. It's the classic.
It's Palpatine. I am all of the Sith, and I am all of the Jedi.
Yeah. What do you mean? I am all.
What does that mean?
You're the only one.
What does that mean? You're all of them. Oh, so every single one learned how to be a Force ghost all of a sudden? That's crazy. How convenient.
Damn, all those Jedi figured out how to be a Force ghost while they were dead? That's crazy.
Oh, damn, about to stab Kylo. Let me fix you right up. Damn, Qui-Gon could have used that one.
Yeah, dude, I love that one.
Qui-Gon really could have used that.
Qui-Gon goes, quick, Obi-Wan, use Force heal. Obi-Wan goes, Disney hasn't invented that, master.
All right, no, back to Kenobi.
That was a segue to Kenobi. I talked about Obi-Wan.
I'm cautiously optimistic. This is what they cannot do, and this is what I'm afraid they're gonna do. Is that this needs to be a contained show. I do not want to see the Mandalorian show up. I don't want to see Darth Maul show. I don't want to see all these people show up.
First of all, Darth Maul is never coming back. They killed him in Rebels. They're never going to revive him because the actor did a big no-no. Second, there's no way they're going to throw the Mandalorian in there.
That's what I thought about Boba Fett.
No, okay, Boba Fett at least, like, it's the same time frame. This is, like, right after Episode 3. There's no way. There's no way they're going to try and wedge the Mandalorian.
Obviously, the Mandalorian can't show up in the show, but, like, they're going to throw in Boba Fett, or they're going to have Cad Bane, and it's like, bro, I want a contained story.
I think if anything, they're going to throw Ahsoka in.
I don't want her in the show. She's getting her own show. Why can't she have her own show? And then Obi-Wan has her own show.
You know why? Because they want to turn Disney... Disney wants to turn Star Wars into the MCU.
It's like...
Because of how profitable it is. The thing is, though, Star Wars is so big, it's like, you don't need to do that. The fans will like it as long as it's good.
Like, contained stuff. The last 4 episodes of Clone Wars, fantastic content. Connects to the movies, but is also standalone.
We get to see Kid Luke, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, like, that's fine. That makes sense. And having the Inquisitors hunt Obi-Wan, okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
That I think is cool.
That makes sense.
We get to see live action all the Inquisitors from Rebels. I think that's cool.
Yeah, okay, here's the like, logically, that makes sense that the Inquisitors are out hunting Obi-Wan. All right, that's fine. My only concern is that as much as I think it'd be cool to see Darth Vader and Obi-Wan fight, I don't want to see it because that ruins A New Hope.
I don't think it ruins A New Hope.
'Cause it's supposed to be their first meeting in like 30 years.
I don't think it's intended to be that.
But that's the thing. In A New Hope, they're like, the whole thing is that
A New Hope is only 18 years after Episode 3.
Okay, yeah. No, is it?
Yes.
I thought it was at least 20.
No, Luke is like 18 or 20. It is not 30 years. Luke is not 30 in Episode 4. The other thing is, it's not meant to be their first time meeting since Episode 3. It was the first movie George Lucas made.
Years. Luke's 19.
Luke's not. Okay,
so it's been 19 years. It's supposed to be their first meeting in 19 years.
No, it's not. That movie came out first. They just said... What is it? Darth Vader goes, now I'm the master. Like, it doesn't really mean anything. Like,
I still think it's supposed to be like they haven't seen each other. Vader's been going crazy. I'd love to see Vader.
I think the only thing is that the point of Episode 4 is they haven't seen each other in a long time. This is their first time in a long time. Because this show is only, 4 years after Episode 3?
I don't know.
It's still going to be like, well, there's the Inquisitors, so it can't be too long after.
No, Luke looks older than 4.
4 or 5, 6.
I think it's like 6 or 7.
Maybe he's 6.
I think it's 6 or 7.
Dude, that's still 12, 13 years before they see each other again. That's a long time. Like,
yeah, I guess, but
I don't think it ruins it. They will still be closer to when they fought on Mustafar than to Episode 4. I don't think it would ruin Episode 4.
Okay, I don't think it would. Okay, it doesn't ruin that movie, but I just like the idea better of having A New Hope being their first meeting since Revenge of the Sith. I feel like that makes that scene more impactful. Compared to if they met each other randomly in the middle just because Disney wanted it makes more sense for the Inquisitors.
I don't think they met each other in the middle though, because Darth Vader hunted Obi-Wan when he knew he wasn't dead.
And the whole point is that he never found him, and that he is going crazy over the fact that he never found him.
Maybe all right.
I don't want them to meet and have a lightsaber duel. I'd rather just see a flashback to Revenge of the Sith, if anything.
They're not gonna do that though. We saw the whole fight.
I don't care. Show me more.
So you more what?
Best fight and stuff. They can make something up. I don't care.
I think that is objectively the best duel, but it's a close call for me. It's a close call. It's definitely the most impactful duel, but I think after watching the behind the scenes Star Wars stuff for what is it, for The Mandalorian? Have you watched that?
For season 1,
the making of.
I think
it's cool when they really tell you the meaning behind Duel of the Fates with Darth Maul and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
I thought that was awesome.
I think that has turned it into close to, if not my favorite duel. Especially because when I was a kid, I always loved watching that fight more than anything else.
I would say it's close between those two. And back to the Obi-Wan trailer. It was so sick when we heard Duel of the Fates and Battle of the Heroes and I can't remember the name of the third song. But the other famous song.
Yeah, from the prequels.
From the prequels.
I thought that was awesome.
Everyone's comparing the Inquisitor to Megamind because they made his head
he looks
really big.
Okay, that's the thing that he suffers from in Cad Bane is their alien species. Like, Cad Bane's figure is really slim, and like you would need somebody with a weird head shape that's got an eating disorder to play Cad Bane, and that's like not.
Same thing with this dude, especially in Rebels, because it's just like the way the animation art style is.
That's not something you can do. Like
I understand it's not going to translate perfectly into live action format, which is fine. Again, I'm not going to let something nitpicky like that determine the quality of the show.
If you make, what the hell's his name? The kid with the purple hair. Ezra Bridger. If you make him live action, he's not going to look the same as in Rebels, obviously.
Yeah.
Like
you watched all of Rebels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is that I think he's going to show up in Ahsoka, so they're going to have to find someone.
Because he goes missing at the end.
Yeah. And that's right. She's looking for Thrawn.
Ahsoka's looking for Thrawn.
And Thrawn disappeared with Ezra. So.
Yeah. So clearly he's going to be there. Like,
yes.
I think there's no way.
So okay, back to Kenobi. It's just like. I want this, and this is, I think, doing us, because this originally was going to be a movie that has been kind of altered into this limited series. So they're not calling it a TV show, they're calling it a limited series, because it's only 6 episodes. And it has one director, Deborah Chow, who directed some of The Mandalorian Season 1, and then she didn't do Season 2 or Boba Fett because she was working on this.
Yes. And
I think that's a very smart move, is that you cannot have a different director for each one of these episodes. It has to be one director.
Yeah, I think it made sense for The Mandalorian because they were so drastically different. But
honestly, even like The Mandalorian and Boba Fett was episodic when I don't think it should have been, and I think The Mandalorian episodic just made more sense. That you could watch each episode like individually.
Yeah,
and it could still be like a complete story and have its own thing. And I think the different directors works better for that. But for Kenobi, you need one constant director. One vision, and I think that's the better way to do it, and I think limited series makes sense.
Yeah, and I think she's a really good director.
Yeah, I liked her episodes of The Mandalorian.
Her episodes of The Mandalorian were really good, and I think that she'll do a good job with
I'm not worried about
Obi-Wan Kenobi,
her.
As long as they don't Disneyfy him.
Well, this thing, here's the thing, I keep saying here's the thing a lot. I'm gonna stop saying that.
That's all right.
I'm gonna stop saying that, but the show is Obi-Wan is at a very low point, and I don't want them to paper over the cracks and be like Disney, no, he's not suffering that much. He's all right. He's because I'm afraid they're not gonna go to the lengths to show how miserable he is when he should be.
Yeah, that's true. Well, at the beginning you hear him opening on that line, it's like, we lost. I feel like that's him talking to Qui-Gon. I feel like Qui-Gon's got to be in. I feel like that's him talking to him because he wouldn't say that to Yoda, you know. I know he's at a low point because the Republic fell. Like the very thing that he stood for failed, and they lost the war. The Jedi lost, but he wouldn't say that to Yoda. Yoda was there, you know. Yoda watched it happen. Like, I don't know. I also feel like it would be much more impactful for him to be talking to Qui-Gon now that the Republic has fallen. Like,
I hope
because he doesn't have he can't have any friends out in the desert.
Yeah, I hope Liam Neeson is in the show. It would make sense.
Oh, that would be so great.
I mean, they got him for Clone Wars, but granted that was before Disney kind of bought. That was before Disney owned him, but still.
I'm not sure Liam Neeson is like anti-Disney or something.
No. But it's just like I'm saying the people who made that creative decision.
That's true.
Were there before Disney took over.
I mean, on the bright side, Disney can just offer him a bigger check now.
Yeah.
if you really want to look at it objectively, Disney can just pay him more money to be there.
Oh, this was the other really cool thing was I think John Williams is returning as the composer for the show.
I saw that,
which is awesome because he did compose the sequel trilogy movies, but he didn't compose the.
Yeah. Oh, oof.
Yeah. Hey! To be fair, the sequel trilogy's music is one of the things that was consistently really good.
That's true.
The
sequel does not suffer because of
I will not
the
knock
music.
John Williams. He is still excellent in all 9 movies. And
he's great.
And if they got someone else, it just would have been
even
really
worse.
another check on the list for terrible things. But the music in all 3 sequel trilogy movies is great.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm really happy that. I think The Mandalorian needed a change up, and I really like the guy they got, and he did good in the Boba. I love the Boba Fett theme and the Mandalorian theme. They're both great.
Yeah. The guy they picked for those, I think, did a really good job.
But I do think it makes sense to bring John Williams back for the Kenobi show, and I hope they use the Mandalorian guy for like Ahsoka and stuff.
Well, because the thing is, Luke is in The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, but this show is about a character from the main saga.
Yeah, exactly. So, and he made the new theme. He made the new Obi-Wan theme, which I don't know if that's in the trailer or not. But, like, I'm excited for the trailer. Part of me is a little worried is that they show kind of like, this kind of like a nighttime city planet, and I'm like...
Yeah, well, I guess you gotta have him travel. You can't have him be
I understand he can't just
Tatooine the whole time.
Yeah, he can't just sit in Tatooine the whole time, but I'm worried that it's gonna... I don't want to see Obi-Wan be planet hopping... Just to fill in new environments.
I think it's cool that we get to see Owen and Beru, the episodes from episode 2 and 3. The actors, they're in it.
Yeah, no, I thought that was cool. They have the one scene in the trailer where he's like the Inquisitor's questioning everybody, and
and you see
Owen
him
standing there. That's great. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of positives. I had high hopes for Boba Fett, and it kind of let me down.
Yeah, it was kind of a letdown.
Because the problem is, if Obi-Wan, I'm not saying it's going to be a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Oh, it's just as good as The Empire Strikes Back. No, obviously, there's no Disney thing that's going to be as good as that.
Yeah, I just don't want it to be a stain on his character like the Boba Fett show.
If we get quality that is like the same as... Sorry, notification.
Oh, that's all right. I got one last episode. It's good luck.
And you left to go get water.
Yeah, it kind of just disappeared for like 10 seconds. That's all right. We'll leave it in there. It's candid.
Yeah. I'm not editing that. You're getting the full uncut version of this podcast. You don't get that anywhere else.
We'll call this one the Raw Detour.
The Raw Detour, yeah. Permanent Detour Raw.
Because it's 12:15 in the morning and we're not editing it.
We're not editing it. Yeah, that's fair. But what were we talking about?
Something about Boba Fett and how he got dragged through the mud.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't...
if Obi-Wan is just on par with quality with, like, Mandalorian, like, Season 1, and this is what
That's a pretty high standard.
True, but, like, Deborah Shaw worked on that season, and Season 1 of Mandalorian is more comparable to this show than the other Boba Fett and Season 2, because those are, like, much more interconnected, and, like, granted, this is interconnected to the movies, but, like, I still want this to be a standalone thing.
Yeah, they're also a little more, like... not that the Mandalorian doesn't have a story, but they're a little more story driven, I guess, where there is an end goal in sight. Whereas this one, like Mandalorian season 1, it's more just about Grogu not dying, like just like staying alive for the first season, basically. You know, he's being hunted, he's doing odd jobs and stuff, just trying to get by. And then season 2 comes around, and it's like, oh, you got to deliver him to a Jedi, and then they throw it out the window with Book of Boba Fett. We're getting, I think we're getting pretty close to a wrap-up point. I have an important question about Kenobi, because I've heard this float around out there. Do you think Commander Cody will appear?
I haven't thought about that. I doubt it. I highly doubt he'll appear. If anything, I really thought he would have appeared in the Bad Batch. Is when I thought they would have shown him. Because they have to show Kamino to show Commander Cody, and they're not going to do that.
They don't. Kamino got destroyed. Remember?
True, but like
they can't show Kamino to show Commander Cody. There's nothing left.
Oh, well,
they destroyed.
I guess
the
takes
facilities
place after Bad Batch now.
So here's the thing. I feel like there's a reasonable chance we might see him. My hopes are high because of how intertwined their characters were in Clone Wars, and because Temuera Morrison is back in Star Wars. Because they've brought the actor back, I think there's an opening that he would be willing to play Commander Cody. And also because it's canon that Commander Cody stayed with the Empire and trained stormtroopers. This is 6 years after Episode 3. Maybe there's a chance that Commander Cody's one of the guys hunting him because he knows him best. Like, they served alongside each other, so, like, logically, Commander Cody would probably know Obi-Wan best and his strategies and stuff. Wouldn't that be the guy you send to hunt him? Not to mention the whole, like, failing Order 66 and stuff. I feel like it just, I don't know. I feel like it would add. And it would be important, I think, to see him and get closure on his character, because we don't get that in Clone Wars. I get that he's not, like, a main character, but he's still a main character. He's around all the time.
No. Everything you just said makes a lot of sense. It's perfectly logical, so they're not going to do it.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. It makes too much sense.
What you just said just makes way too much sense, so they're not going to do it.
Hire me, Disney. Please?
Honestly, I think me and you could come up with a better, compared to the sequel trilogy, I think we could come up with something a billion times better than that.
Probably anybody that actually likes Star Wars could. I don't know what honestly. They were thinking. They were just like, because they're Disneyfying it, they're like, they know what makes money, so they stopped doing the things that made Star Wars good, and they're just making it Disney movies.
Yeah, we'll do a sequel trilogy review and stuff later, but
fucking Force Heal bullshit.
Yeah, there's so much we can talk about that. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now. But
oh yeah, dude, I know we're at the 43-minute mark.
To wrap up, like Kenobi, I'm excited, but
cautiously
because of Boba Fett, I'm now.
You've got to have
more worried than I was.
You got to have some withholdings about it, just because there is room for it to get fucked up.
I would love to be proven wrong, and I hope that it exceeds.
Please prove us wrong.
I hope the show is fantastic, because I don't want any Star Wars content to fail or to be bad.
No, me neither.
And
I love it.
I hope that there's not too much Disney-fication of the character. But hey, Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen are returning, so at the very least, we got two solid actors who know the roles very well.
I mean, yeah, they are. Those are the characters. You can't tell them.
You know what? And I have hope because they're involved. So
yeah, God, I hope so. Them and Deborah Chow are the only things holding my hopes up.
And
that weird, funky-looking Megamind Inquisitor.
I think she's a competent director, so I'm excited to see what she can do with an entire show.
Yeah, me too. I think she deserved it, and I don't know. I guess you kind of summed up my closing thoughts. I'd agree with everything you say.
Yeah. Boba Fett mid, Obi-Wan hopefully not mid.
Yeah, let's see. Did we hit all of our check marks? I answered the Wordle today, right? I spoiled that.
Yeah, you spoiled the Wordle. Oh, damn, we forgot to talk about Elden Ring. We'll do that next week.
Yeah, I guess Elden Ring's coming
soon. Elden Ring next week, and hopefully you'll watch the Batman so we can talk about that.
Yeah, I plan on watching the Batman, so
I'll give a 5-second review. I thought it was really good.
Thanks. Don't go any further. I haven't seen it yet.
That's all you're getting.
Yeah, I guess Batman coming next week.
Hopefully.
If we record on a weekly basis again, maybe. I don't know that we've ever actually managed to do that, but
yeah, we'll see.
Thanks for sticking with us this far. Stay tuned for Batman and Elden Ring, hopefully, next couple weeks.
Yes, and we're all looking forward to Kenobi.
Plug Twitter, Instagram at
Twitter,
Detour.
Instagram, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
Share it if you like it.
You know, if maybe all of one of you who listened this far, you know, thank you for your support.
I think a few people listen this far.
We appreciate you.
I don't know.
You.
I haven't looked at our numbers on Anchor recently, but we're doing all right. Our last few episodes haven't done very well.
Every single one of you.
But I appreciate everyone that comes to this channel, especially the ones that reach out and give us support on social media.
Yeah.
I hope that wasn't too soft. I hope that doesn't drive people away.
The classic, we all love YouTube, Susan Wojcinski.
Yep, we
Best
all love YouTube.
CEO of all time.
YouTube's algorithm doesn't look this far in videos.
Hey, they might.
We could play 2 minutes of the Despacito song. We wouldn't get copyright
No,
claim.
I think Universal would literally strike us down. Be ban the channel.
Stop us right there.
Yeah, it's ooh, it's the
like and share if you remember
even try
Despacito.
to upload any Beatles song. Do you know what the YouTube does? It shuts down your video. You can't even upload it.
Can't even upload it.
Yeah.
God, you know what? We're this far. So if anyone listening this far, just a quick 2-minute rant. I hate the Beatles. I hate them so much.
Okay.
They're the most boring group.
Okay,
It's you made the music
calm
and it's
down.
damn, yo, listen to this.
We're alienating so many people right now.
Boring song you've ever heard. Look, if you like Star Wars, you like pop culture stuff, come to us. Don't ever talk. You brought up the Beatles. You brought them into this, AJ.
Because we were talking about copyright music.
He goes, I only really like this one song. Actually, I like this one too. This one's pretty good. This is the only song I actually like. He's a closeted Beatles fan. Just admit it, bro.
I don't listen to them that often, though.
Beatles set the framework for modern rock because people listened to the Beatles and went, let's never make anything remotely like this again. That's why they're so unique, because they're bad.
All right. Well, we just lost all our fans.
Yeah, we lost all of them. Every one of them that listened to 47 minutes that also happens to be a Beatles fan.
We apologize to all Beatles fans.
I don't. I'm not apologizing for the way I feel. Okay. You brought up the Beatles.
All right.
You know how I feel about them.
We're ending. The episode's over now. It's done.
I don't know. We can go for a few more minutes. Anything else you want to get in there? Any little side topics? Any little special treats for the Beatles fans that have listened this far and have stopped listening? Because the people that listen 50 minutes in just happen to also be Beatles fans.
I'm trying not to alienate and attack.
I'm not alienating. I'm not saying you're dumb if you hate the Beatles. I'm just saying I hate the Beatles. It's an objective opinion.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can't say I'm wrong.
You
for
are
that.
entitled.
I'm
to your
entitled
own
to my
opinion, and you are wrong on your SpongeBob opinion. I'm afraid.
I'm not getting into SpongeBob because that will become alienating. All right.
Yeah.
We're not talking about SpongeBob today.
Best kids animated show behind Avatar,
and regular show, and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I've watched 2 episodes.
And I'd probably throw out there also Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels are both animated kids shows.
Okay, SpongeBob is way better than Rebels. SpongeBob is way better than Rebels.
That is not even remotely true.
SpongeBob is better than most of those shows.
No, it is not. Yeah, it is. You didn't even watch it when you were a kid. You watched it when you were an adult.
So I have a more objective opinion.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. All right.
No, you don't.
That's the end of it. All right, thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode.
No. We're not at 50 minutes yet. Let's do it. Maybe somebody will listen.
No. End it.
All right, I'm not going to talk about SpongeBob. I'm just saying you're the one that's wrong. It's not you're wrong, not me.
You are definitely wrong about this.
You're the one that's wrong.
No, you are objectively wrong. It's an objective fact.
Did we link link the social medias? All right, we got to grow.
The social medias are always down there.
If you want to interact with us, reach out to us on social media. You message me. I'm in charge of the Twitter. You tell me what you think about SpongeBob so I can tell you you're wrong.
Everyone go message him and tell him that he's a dumbass. All right.
No, message him on Instagram. Tell him he's a dumbass.
All right. And this is it. We're just click the end button.
All right.
All right. See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Here they come now. Watch Watch out, folks. Now get ready for the Moon Bear Shuffle.